I'm Mark Saxton,
And I'm Code Red Lawson.
and this is Blue Collar Sports Talk, brought to you by 5280 Sports and Lifestyle. We're back again, and I apologize for my voice. The allergies are getting to me. The juniper is blowing up here, and it's fucking kicking my ass.
Mm, mm. Well, it's a Good Friday to you, Marcus.
It is a Good Friday, and happy Easter to you folks at home, and happy Easter to you, Code Red.
Thank you. To you as well. You and the fam. I hope you guys maybe getting some eggs. Maybe the Easter Bunny hiding some eggs in your backyard.
Dude, he's gonna hide some golden gems for us
Mm,
back there.
nice. It's supposed to be raining here. It's like an
It's supposed to
86%
snow
chance
over
of
here.
rain.
Yeah,
Oh my
we're gonna
God.
snow.
It's gonna snow?
Yeah.
Oh man. Jeez. Well, hey,
So,
at least
uh,
the eggs won't get wet,
before we
you
get
know.
too carried away, Code Red, it is time to talk
Talk
some
some
shit.
shit.
And Code Red, solo dolo, raw dog in life, sober. I'm proud of you. Got to do it from
Thank you,
time.
sir.
Got to give Livy
A
a
little
break every once in a while, right?
little cleanse,
Got to
Nothing
happen.
too crazy.
Got to happen. I'm gonna probably follow suit soon. I need to shred some lbs.
Mm.
So I'm not gonna be too far behind you. I don't think.
I know you love basketball and March Madness, but you're kind of hiding a basketball in that stomach right now,
At
Mark.
least, at least, at least. I'm just trying to show my fandom. That's all I'm trying to do.
Hey, I hear you.
Speaking of March Madness, Code Red, some things have transpired. Some things have taken place. Some hearts were broken. Some records were set. Code Red, why don't you bring me to the beginning of the Sweet 16? But let me have my boys, huh?
SDSU got
Yeah,
cream. Oh, sorry, you want to talk about SDSU? All right.
yeah.
Sorry.
Just I got to talk about it first.
Go for it.
So I want to say this: our defense was great up until halfway through the first half. um, honestly, and here's the thing: what killed us the most was our defense, actually, because UConn had so many opportunities on that offensive rebound. They got so many boards in their own area. We're able to regenerate the clock, regenerate chances. This was not the SDSU team. Now, here's the thing. I thought now, because here's the thing. Right off the rip, I mean, UConn was nailing threes. They were nailing J's. Their field goal percentage was phenomenal. Field goals in general were just nailing them, right? Um, I expected to lose by those stats. I did not expect to give up so many boards in the defensive area.
Mm.
And that's honestly where we lost the game. We ended up losing by 30. What was it, 80 to 52 or something, like 82 to 52.
Yep. That was the score.
So,
Rough scoreboard.
and here's the thing. I don't know what the future holds in store for SDSU. In my opinion, this is our last big hoorah, especially with Ladie, Parrish, Powell. I think is a junior, but come on, it was rough. Now, mind you, last week, as you folks recall, I did call for UConn to win. But
I
my
mean,
heart,
UConn's just got that they're the powerhouse right now. I mean,
yeah,
their offense can't be stopped. They look fantastic, like you said. The offensive rebounds. I mean, it's such a key thing, and obviously in any basketball game, but it's a huge trend that I've been seeing in every game. Is offensive rebounds, turnovers.
that's it.
You minimize the turnovers. You make points off of the other team's turnovers, and you get boards on offense.
That's it.
That's going to
And
win you
here's the thing:
games.
not like I said earlier, not only does it regenerate the shot clock, so you're killing time, but now you're adding points on top of it. And for whatever reason, SDSU could not get in front of that. They could not get in front of that bullet.
Yeah, it is.
Um,
I forget what game I was watching.
it broke my heart, but I mean, let's be honest. Did we not call it right? Did we not see
Yeah,
it
no,
coming?
yeah. I wanted to pick SDSU just to spite you, because you had them last year, and I talked so much shit to you in the beginning of
And
the
they
game. Like,
made it
dude,
to the
they're not.
final.
I was like, dude, they're not even gonna make it to the Sweet 16. I'll be surprised if they win their first game. Um, so I wanted to take, and you told me you weren't picking them. I wanted to pick them despite you, but once I started filling out the bracket, I was like, I can't pick SDSU over UConn. I can't do it.
Tall order.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, anything's possible. You know, it's a crazy uh tournament. That's why it's called March Madness.
Hey
You know,
man,
it
once
is
again, it's a magical
madness.
time of year.
No. Speaking of upsets though, of madness, Clemson
Oof.
taking care of our boys
Was it by
in our
11?
state.
By
U
11
of
or
A,
something?
by 5. U of A
5.
came back. They hung around. Clemson I mean, they pretty much controlled the pace of the entire game. Um, I'll be honest, I was still at work and we were really busy, so I wasn't able to focus as much as I was really lucky the first 2 games. We were pretty
I
slow,
was
so
Yeah, I was watching
the
SDSU. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you.
the first 2 days last week, we were really slow, so it was easy to watch every single game. But yeah, I mean, every time I was looking at the score, Clemson was up by 5, 10. You know, I think their largest lead at one point was 12,
I was gonna
if I can
12
remember
or
correctly.
13. One of the two. 12
Yeah.
or 13.
So Clemson just controlled the pace. They never let up. Arizona
But
couldn't catch
and
up,
and they
and
weren't missing from behind the arch. They were extremely decent with the J. It just it almost one begins to wonder if SDSU and U of A just does not have it in them, right? I mean, because the same thing with the U of A last year, right? Didn't they
well,
lose in the Sweet
well,
16 again?
U of A shot terribly.
Yeah,
17.9 from 3-point range, 37.3 field goal percentage. I mean, you can't win games like that.
no,
They did get more rebounds and had one less turnover, but you can't win shooting numbers like that. And I believe U of A lost in the very first round.
right?
Yeah, I think they were a 1 seed and
Oh,
got
that's
knocked off.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the upset, almost the upset of the tournament, really.
I think if I remember it was
Because I want to
and
say St. Mary's had a run, right?
them and someone else,
SDSU, obviously.
two
Uh,
number 1 seeds lost the first week
SDSU,
last year.
obviously. So,
Yeah, yeah.
no, honestly though, yeah, no, you're right. I mean, and here's the thing: U of A just coming in strong every year, and for whatever reason, just falling so not even a little bit, but so short. I just for whatever reason, they're just not the same team, right?
Weren't able to hit their shots, and that'll happen. That's what happens.
I
Now
want to.
another big upset, dude. Bama, huh?
Oh, you just
Over
hey,
UNC.
right here. You took the words right out of my mouth. Oh
Oh,
my goodness. I had
back and
Bama
forth
going.
game.
Yeah, I had Bama going.
You picked Alabama. I bet
Sure
you feel
did.
like a fucking genius.
Well, well.
I mean, you're the only one still alive in our bracket, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah, no,
If
I
I'm not
am. It's
mistaken.
because it's honestly because of UConn, Tennessee, and only UConn and Tennessee because I had Houston and Duke beat Houston
Mm.
by 3. So
I
those
know.
are the only 2 teams I got left.
Dude, I was so upset. I had 2 brackets. I had a Marquette bracket and a Purdue bracket, and I was so sure that I had Purdue and blue collar, and I looked at it and I was like, oh shit.
Mhm.
Well, say bye bye to that because yeah, that happened tonight, and Marquette got upset. But dude, that Alabama North Carolina game, I watched the whole game back and forth. UNC was up by 12,
Yeah, yeah,
10,
yeah.
10 to
By
15
12,
points. They were up, and it was looking good, dude.
it
I'm
just
thinking, I'm like,
evaporated. It evaporated. What happened?
Bama wouldn't let up. And dude, those offensive rebounds, Grant Nelson came alive at the end of the game.
Nailing everything.
Dude, hitting deep threes. He shot 2 for 2 from beyond the arc.
You
Big
know,
rebounds.
watching
He had that and one at the end of the game to just
watching
hit his free throws.
right.
Sorry, go
Wa-
ahead.
Watching that game just reminded me of just like UConn. They would not fucking miss, dude. They would not
Mm.
miss.
And just wouldn't go away. They
Yeah,
were the
yeah,
thorn in North Carolina side that would not go away. And
yeah.
it was look, I had UNC going to the finals, so I was, upset about it.
So was I.
Um,
So I had
but
him. I had UNC going to the Final Four. So
okay, but yeah, you got to give it to him, man. They did not let up, and Grant Nelson didn't have the best start to the tournament. You know, was not shooting well, wasn't really contributing to the team. But man, did he come alive in that game? And we saw him punch the ticket to the Elite Eight. And hats off to Alabama. Played as a team, but
he's getting it done. I'm sorry.
I
I'm
yeah,
sorry. I said UNC in my Final Four. I had UConn over Arizona, and I had Houston over Tennessee.
okay.
So yeah, no, I had UNC losing in the Elite Eight.
My bracket's all messed up because I don't know which one. I keep going back and forth between the Purdue and
Oh,
Marquette.
I got you. You
So
want me to look? I'll tell
so
you.
here, no, I'm looking right now. Let's see. I had
Well, you had Marquette
uh
winning. You had Marquette winning, and in the Elite Eight.
ooh.
Ooh, it's not looking good, bro.
Yeah, no, I had North Carolina and Marquette in the finals.
Yeah,
Eesh. Eesh.
but me and you both pick Iowa State, and Iowa State let us down just so harsh. And I watched
Yeah.
that game. I watched that game from jump. Illinois was stealing the ball. They were capitalizing on all the turnovers. They were capitalizing on all deep three. And I'm not gonna lie, there was a couple in the first half. I was like, dude, that's a fucking prayer. But they kept making them.
Yeah.
They kept fucking making them. I don't get it, dude. And I mean, hats off to Illinois. Obviously, I'm not gonna hate on them. I did not see them coming out with this fire in their belly and them taking every inch that is given to them. I mean,
What you gotta do.
here's the thing. I'm gonna stand by it. I'm gonna say UConn. I'm gonna say UConn over Illinois, and I'm gonna say Tennessee over uh where was that? Tennessee over Purdue.
Boo. Purdue all the way, baby. I gotta ride my other bracket all the way, dude. I gotta ride my other bracket all the way.
Yeah, and here's my thing: is there was just once again a magical time of year, dude. Magical time of year. So many things to take place. Um, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I got UConn repeating still, so I'm still in it. I'm still in it to win it. Code Red.
Dude. And then tonight, Duke upsetting Houston.
I
54-51. I just caught the end of that game. I just got home. And man, I mean, I think Duke was leading the whole game. No, I'm probably wrong. But
I'll be honest. I was watching the Padres, so I did not. I did not pay attention to that game.
tough game for the Padres, huh?
Yeah, we'll get into that. But until then, I mean, here's the thing, right? So Duke, I mean, they went in a half leading by one, and then they ended the game leading by three. So I feel like Duke just they took their assignment and they ran with it, right? It wasn't a
Yeah, they
blowout.
so they both shot the same field goal percentage at
Right.
40.8, but then there's a huge 10% jump at the 3-point percentage. 35.3% from beyond the arc. Houston at 25% from beyond the arc. Duke had four more turnovers
Turnovers.
and four more
Turnovers just
rebounds.
yeah, I was gonna say turnovers just did not mean something for Duke because
You gotta see
they were able to get the board.
you got to score off them. If you don't
Yeah,
score off the turnover, I mean
yeah.
that's a huge. Like I
They
was
were
saying,
able to get the boards.
scoring off turnovers, offensive rebounds. I mean, when you're getting those
Houston
second chances,
Houston killed me tonight because I did have Houston against UConn in the final.
mm. Hey, well, I think as far as blue collar bracket, you're pretty solid. As long
Yeah,
as UConn keeps winning, you're good.
yeah, I'm gonna win, honestly, because like I said, I don't see UConn
I'm
losing.
gonna win.
I mean, let's be real. I do not see UConn losing. I mean, you said earlier today when I was in the gym, right? I was getting some reps done. I was just like, trying to get swole, jacked, and fucking tan in there. And then Code Red texts me, dude, UConn didn't play fucking anybody. They played fucking walking trash cans. And I was like, no, SDSU had one of the top defenses in the nation. He's like, I said what I said. And fuck you.
No, I don't. I said, yeah. How was that top defense last
Yeah, yeah,
week?
yeah. Fuck you.
I think I was just in a shit
Honestly,
talking
dude,
mood. I
you
was
have
at
no
work. I
idea.
was like, I gotta just lay in right now.
So obviously, so for now, I was conned into coaching my son's little league team. They need help.
Conned.
Yeah, I didn't. I wanted to be a parent this year. I didn't want to coach.
Mm.
So then they were like, dude, now here's what makes it worse, right? They're like, we want Mark to be the starting third baseman or the starting shortstop. And I was like, and you want me to be the coach? You know how many people are going to talk shit right now? So, I mean, and don't get me wrong, my son,
Coach's son.
yeah,
Coach's son, of
exactly.
course.
And don't get me
You
wrong,
got him batting third, don't you?
don't get me wrong, like my son, he's a vacuum. Anything on the ground, he's going to eat it up. Here's the problem. They were like, dude, your kid's got an arm, your kid's got a glove. Let's put him in the outfield just in case we need him. My son, God help him, and God take care of his beautiful little heart, cannot catch anything over his head. Okay, he cannot catch anything over his head right now. We're practicing. Right?
Hey,
We'll get to that point.
work in progress.
So they put him in left field, and they were like, "Oh, so you just bred an infielder?" And I was like, "Mind your fucking business, guy." All right, in the backyard, I fucking pepper him with ground balls, and this dude just fucking eats them like McNuggets. So I go to my son's practice, right? And I'm like, fuck, dude, SDSU is playing UConn right now. Like, I want to be at home watching this shit, but I got to go be a good dad
Mm.
and sober. That's not fun. and so we're out there, we're doing our thing, and then practice is over, and I'm like, dude, we're only down by 9. Like, we've got a shot. We're only down by 9. I think there was like 9:57 left in the second half.
Plenty of time, yeah.
Yeah, let's fucking go. I get home, and mind you, we're in Holbrook, Arizona. So maybe a 5-minute drive, maybe. Dog, when I got into the house, changed the channel, we were down by 19. I was like, what the fuck happened? What happened?
It
What
happens
happened?
so fast. It always happens so quick.
It was a heartbreaker, and I was
Uh,
like, well, there goes that, right? There goes that.
yeah. What can you do, man? Hey, they
Uh,
made it look close for a little while. I
They
mean,
did.
yeah.
Well, I mean, kind of, because we were down by 11 and a half, if I remember correctly. I think it was like 41-30, which isn't awful, but
Dude, so here's this. We're talking about tomorrow's games. Now, I know we're going to get into our weekender benders, but I have to talk about it. Last week, you saw it. I was talking about it. All I needed was that last week? Or am I getting my days? Oh, it was last week. I had the 3 upsets, James
oh,
Madison, Utah
yes,
State, and Grand Canyon.
dude,
$5. They did win.
folks,
GCU won.
folks.
101 bucks.
Folks, Code Red was so close all last weekend. I got blanked last weekend. I'll be honest with you. I lost my ass. But Code Red gave me some sort of inspiration.
Mm.
Dude, I mean, Oregon going into fucking double OT, blowing it for him. That was a $155 win if Oregon didn't fucking suck
Yeah.
dick.
Yep. Oh man, and they just kept giving it to that one guy. I can't even remember his name, but he was so tired. Oh, dude, and they couldn't even get a shot off before the end of regulation, and
You
they
ain't
had the
lying.
ball. And then I even came back the next day, had Marquette, Duke, Clemson, San Diego State, and GCU, and
Yeah,
GCU made it close, but lost to Alabama in the grand
yeah.
scheme of things.
And
Missed by
GCU,
one, missed by one. What can you do?
you just
What can you do? Oh,
shake
also
your head.
not to mention UFC. Um,
Oh
Usman's
yeah,
brother.
yeah.
Okay, terrible call. Should have never picked him. Lost immediately. That was the first fight of the night. So I was like, whatever. I'll throw another one in.
Get beat
Had a
out
little
of him.
6-leg parlay. Fernando Padilla, Yusuf Zalal, Peyton Talbot, AJ Dobson, Carl Williams, Rose Namajunas. Everyone won except AJ Dobson.
Yeah, and Thug Rose, hey, like you called. Remember, I called the knockout. You called decision. So good on you.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, dude. She doesn't really fight with much urgency anymore.
Kills
I
me.
set a sub on like a side bet because the payout was so high, and it was a very what
Yeah,
she says every
but
time.
no,
My
you
goal is
called it
to
though. I mean,
yeah
you do what you got to do, right, to make the bet. But you called it on the show.
yeah
Not that I disagreed with you, right? Like I kind of felt like you knew what you were talking about. But man, I was really hoping because she had something to prove, and she just played it safe again.
That's what she's been doing, man. And I read there's a lot of people in the comments that are saying, "Oh, Amanda Rebus won that fight. Rose was running away the whole time." Do you just as soon as like first of all, the fight's happening. Do you
Right,
not see her backing up and countering and landing
right,
shots on the
right.
chin
No, it
every
was a
time with the
chess match for
jab?
her. She was
But
not running.
here's the thing, she wouldn't follow anything up. She'd go 1, back up, 1, 2, back up, back up. She wouldn't follow dude, she threw, like, 3 kicks the entire fight,
But see,
which
here's the thing. Here's the
threw
thing.
me
I
off. I'm
still
like,
stand by what I said. She wasn't running. She took it as a fucking boxing match, is what she did.
yeah, no, she was playing it safe, and she went and
Too
even
safe.
if you didn't see it in real time while you're watching the fight, they slow-mode all of those shots in between rounds, and you can clearly see Rose connecting right on her chin, right on her face, landing the crisper, cleaner shots. I don't care
Right,
how much someone's pressuring. If you're getting countered every time that you're pressuring and the person's moving backwards and you're getting countered every single
right.
time, you're losing the fight, dude.
Absolutely.
You saw the significant strike stats,
Right.
um, strikes thrown, strikes landed, and it wasn't like a complete domination, but Rose won the fight. You can
I'll agree.
talk about takedowns. Rose didn't do much with. I mean, she reversed the takedowns on Rebus. Every time she had her down, she flipped her over. Rebus didn't do much damage, but then you could also argue Rose didn't do too much damage on the top, but she was winning on the feet,
Right.
man.
No,
I gave
I
I gave
agree. I agree.
Rebus 2 rounds respectively, could have been 3-2, but I had 4-1.
No, yeah, no.
I
I'm
had
glad you said
4-1
that. I'm
Rose.
glad you said that. The 3-2 was, if we're being generous.
Yeah, I was being generous. I could say,
Yeah.
okay, maybe I could see a 3-2, but it was 4-1
Either
in
way,
my
Thug
book all
Rose
day.
took it in. Yeah, Thug
She
Rose took
won.
it
I
in.
mean, it wasn't like, look, do I think she should get a main event again? No.
No, Thug
Do I
Rose
think
fucked us 3 fights in a row. If we're being honest.
yeah, yeah. It's little disappointing. I mean, good for her. I love Rose Namajunas. She's a nice girl. But no more main events for Rose, not even co-mains until she comes back and at least she fights with some urgency. The whole like fight just to get by and win and leave it to the judges. I've never been a fan of that.
Especially when you're holding the belt,
I
right?
I get it. Look, I
Yeah,
get it,
but if
but
you're holding the belt, dude, you got something to prove still, right? In
mm,
my opinion, I mean,
of course, well, when she fought Carla Esparza, I mean, that was probably arguably one of the most boring title fights of
yeah.
all
Well,
time.
not only that, but like if you're defending a belt, you've got to defend the fucking belt. I mean, what are we talking about?
Yeah,
You got to come in hot.
do more.
Um, let's move on. MLB opening weekend, Thursday night. Obviously, it's Friday night for us. It is the 29th. I, dude, this is the holiday, right? This is the holiday weekend that we all dream of, and I mean, come on, dude, this is fucking baseball season. I cannot wait
I'm
for what's
so
about to
excited.
unfold.
This is the first time I've been excited for the Cubs since we traded our entire team away.
Right,
Now I got a little excited last year when we started to kind of turn it on at the end of the year, but the acquisition of Craig Counsell as the Cubs manager, re-signing Belly, Steele had a great year, Cy Young caliber performance. I think he was the runner up if I'm not mistaken. Uh, Left the game with a hammy injury, which is what I believe it was a hamstring injury.
right.
So keep an eye on that because that would be very bad for us. He's our ace. He's our leader on the mound. That
He's
would
got
really
5 days to
suck.
recover. We'll talk about it in 3, right? Let's see where he's at. You know what I mean?
Never good to see it right away, though.
Agreed. Oh no, agreed. But what I'm saying is, at least he doesn't have to fucking hit the bump tomorrow.
Hey, hey, hey! It's not his arm. Okay,
Right.
so
Exactly.
that's good. I mean, obviously you need your hamstrings, but I'd rather it be a hammy than an arm.
Right.
Cubs couldn't hang on, man. Got the lead. I know there was that controversial play that should not have scored. Um, but it is what it is. It happened. And
I just
dude, our bullpen gave up a fucking home run on the first batter in the bottom of the ninth. I was driving home. I'm listening to it on the radio. I'm we're gonna here we go. First win of the season. We're beating the defending World Series champs. Let's go. And then deep drive to fucking left field, home run, ties the game. Uh, or right field, I think it was. Either way, whatever. Tied the game. Cubs had the
that
bases
was that. Did it
juice.
land on Wayland? Is that what you're telling me?
No, no, it was in Texas,
Oh, okay, all right, all right.
and I think right field's Sheffield.
You're right.
Yeah,
I would never question you because you're a Chicago fan.
and it's not it's wave like you're waving, Waveland.
Oh, I thought it was Wayland.
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, bad enough. Bad enough to
But
drink.
hey, dude, there's so much baseball to be played. How about your Padres? Talk about the
I
Padres.
mean,
They won yesterday.
yeah, well, they won yesterday. Obviously, we're down 3-2 going into the seventh. In the seventh inning, the Giants mustered up 2 runs. So we went down. We went from 2-1 to 3-2. Giants doing just what the Giants do, right? And I don't care who's on their team. The Giants have always been a thorn in our side. But no, it was cool because in the seventh inning, I mean, obviously we got 4 runs. Cronenworth doubled. Um, and Bogarts and Merrill scored. We went up and we were able to shut the door. We were able to close it down. We ended up winning 6-4. And this was my biggest worry, especially in the West. Obviously, we cannot keep up. For being honest, we can't keep up name for name in the West anymore. Right? We're not those guys anymore. But if we can at least shut it down long enough to generate runs, dog, we got a chance. We got a shot. And I say, why not? That's what I say. I say, why not? Obviously, I say, why not with the Packers? I said, why not with the Red Wings? So, you know, I'm a homer. It is what it
Dude,
is.
162 games in the season. A lot of baseball. So many things could
You
happen.
know, you know what I posted yesterday?
Huh.
Why can't we go 161-1? No, I love
Talk
it. I
about
mean,
optimistic. Hey, there's a good chance that something might happen with the Dodgers' newest acquisition.
yeah, but we'll get into
One of
that.
the
We'll get
best
into that. But
best players
let's
at baseball.
let's
Hmm.
let's let's go through the league. The Blue Jays obviously handling the Tampa Bay Rays 8-2. The Angels getting owned in Baltimore
As
11-3.
as they usually do.
Right, right. The Tigers. I mean, hey, the Tigers might be pesky this year. Look out for them. 1-0 over the Sox. The Yankees and Juan Soto able to throw him out at home
Mm, that was a
and the
beautiful
game.
play.
What an arm, right? What an arm.
Fucking
Uh,
sniped him.
the Pirates and the Marlins going in extras, and the Pirates able to end it. The Dodgers just making mincemeat of the Cards, 7-1. The Reds and the Nats not even close. The Athletics and there's 16 fans losing 8-0.
Dude,
And
I just watched Moneyball the other day for the first time.
oh,
Great
dude,
movie.
what a great movie! What
I
a great
can't believe I never watched it. I looked at it, I was like, I swear I've seen this, and then I start watching, I was like, I've never seen this movie. A great movie.
You know what's funny is that exact idea. Now, Billy Bean didn't go to Boston, but that exact idea is what won Boston their World Series in '04.
Yep. Yep.
And then the Diamondbacks just. I mean, come on.
Franchise record, 14 runs in 1 inning, dude.
In the third
That's
inning,
in that's crazy. That is crazy.
16-1. They ended that. Now going into Friday, I didn't get the result I was after. Obviously, your boys didn't play. We were down. We lost 8-3. Fernando Tatis Jr. going yard twice. And I mean, it didn't matter. It didn't matter, right? It just didn't fucking matter. Machado obviously homered to left. I'm at this point where it's like, okay, hey, we're gonna lose. That's fine, but let's not lose by bunches and bunches. Um, I'm more worried about our bullpen than I am about our starting five. Joe Musgrove, his first game back after all the health issues, went 5 and 2/3, giving up 3 runs, maybe four. And hey, if you're a Padres fan, relax. It's gonna be fine. Let's hang in there.
A lot of baseball left. I'll say it
Too
again.
many games. Too many games left. Now, Code Red. I do want to talk about Otani.
There it is.
This is what I want to talk about. Now, you and I last weekend we talked about it and we were like, okay, maybe it's his boy's fault, right?
You no, you were going down hard. You seemed pretty damn sure that fucking it was all
It's
him.
$4.5 million, dog. That's a lot, right? Now, here's the thing. So it came up, right? Now he went from saying I wanted to bail him out from his debts to he stole from me. But here's the problem, Code Red. It all came from Otani's personal bank account. That's a problem for me. And I'm gonna go
Now,
ahead. I'm gonna take a stand and I'm gonna double down. I'm gonna double down. You need to ban Otani for fucking life for betting on baseball. Or because you set the precedence. You set the precedence for Pete, right? Or you forgive Pete, get him in the fucking hall, which he deserves because he still holds the hit record. He bet to win. Now, Otani, from my understanding, there's a lot of videos coming out saying, "Oh, hey,
have you seen, dude? Those are have you seen the, like, they bring up like, in whatever this date, a freaking parlay was put together
yes,"
for $1 million,
and he
dude,
went
and
0
then
for 4 or
yeah, and
whatever.
it's like you read the comments and it's like, "Source, trust me, bro." It's like, dude, they don't know that. That's all bullshit.
I
That's
I
just
agree. I agree.
some guy just trolling, putting up these
I
numbers.
don't want to read into any bets that were made, especially out of Japan. But here's the thing, because I don't want to believe, and I'll say that right now. I don't want to believe that he was shaving points. I really don't.
Hey, let the investigation is ongoing, dude.
Right,
We're
but
gonna
here's the
find out
thing.
more details as
Here's
time
the thing
goes
too, though.
on.
I truly believe that MLB will hide details. I think that MLB will go behind Otani way before they'll go behind Rose because Otani is a global figure.
Yeah, he's the new face of the MLB.
But I will say this, you know what pisses me off the most is I've been seeing a lot of people making an excuse for Otani, such as, well, look how many states we've legalized baseball betting in, and look how many states that we've legalized sports betting in. And it was only a matter of time before someone does it. No, bullshit. You know the fucking rules just as well as anybody else. Either you forgive.
Anyone who's saying that is a complete idiot, because there's if you want to bet on sports and you have that amount of money, there are bookies everywhere, and those bookies still exist to this day.
And
Because
not
you know,
only
guess
that,
what? No taxes. That's all you need to know. No taxes. You
yeah,
don't gotta worry about taxes.
and not only that, not only no taxes, but everything that you win or lose, and I'm gonna say that lose because they're gonna bet shit that they don't have.
Mhm.
That's gonna be swept under the rug because someone later is they're gonna come and collect, just
Mhm.
like they did with Jordan. So I really don't want to hear this bullshit of, oh, it's just the environment. No, fuck you.
It well, you
Nothing's changed.
Calvin Ridley in the NFL.
Exactly, exactly.
The and also, speaking of Jaguars, I mean, I think it was when he was on the Falcons, but the Jaguars,
Had what, 6 players go down?
no, it was, I mean, I don't know how many players were
Oh,
involved,
wait,
but
no, it was the Lions that I'm talking about. The Lions had like 6 players that got suspended for like 4 weeks for betting.
dude, so many. I mean, those are just the people we know about. I think it was $20 million that the Jaguars, coach or trainer or something
And here's the
used
thing:
team funds to bet.
let's not even forget about like the family mobs, right? The families of power that host these numbers and these lines that are subsequently their bookies. And it's like, yeah, I'm gonna let you. What Michael Francesi flat out said, right? Michael Francesi, huge in the mob, right? Huge in the family back east in New York. Flat out said, yeah, I'm gonna let homeboy get up to 400, $500,000 in debt because then, hey, it's not anything about other than the fact that you fucking owe me money. Now you're gonna do what I want you to fucking do. It has nothing to do with the player anymore.
Yeah. Yep. And I mean, you can say all you want, the legalized sports gambling everywhere. Dude, all these guys have millions of dollars. All it took is one flight to Vegas.
That's it. That's it. And I'm glad you brought that up because exactly right. Even before anything was before anything was
Obviously, it's
legal.
easier. Obviously, it's easier now.
Right, right,
But you got
right.
that
But
you
it
got
was
that kind of
always
money,
there.
yeah.
It was
Yeah.
always
Always.
there.
Always there.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you're talking about Otani's personal bank account and he doesn't realize that $4.5 million is missing, I'm gonna call you a liar every day of the week. I'm gonna call you a fucking liar. So MLB, hear me now. And blue collar sports talk is gonna fucking double down. You either ban Otani for fucking life or you forgive Pete. And Pete even made a fucking video this weekend that he said he was one interpreter short of making the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
So you either ban Otani or you forgive Pete. And honestly, while you're fucking at it, you need to go ahead and forgive Shoeless Joe. You need to give the
Mm.
fucking flowers to where they need to go. I am sick and tired of this shit of, oh, well, they bet it's a cardinal sin, but yet we still recognize Barry Bonds, Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Jose Canseco, all those fuckers who used, right? And I'm not one of those people that say, well, if you use steroids, you don't count. I'm saying, in my opinion, that the league started this bullshit with substances and they did not capitalize and say, hey, no, sir.
Dude, I'm
No.
one of the guys who wants steroids back in baseball. I'm
Here's my
sorry.
problem, Code Red. Here's my problem, Code Red. Right? Because you had guys like Mark McGuire came out and said flat out, yeah, I stuck the needle in my arm.
Dude, they
We
would
know
do it in between at bats.
right, and we knew
Or
Conseco did it. We knew Bonds did it. But here's the problem: who do they pop? Right? They popped A Rod. They popped David Ortiz. They popped Manny Ramirez. All these other guys who were taking it orally
Jason
because
Giambi,
Jason
so
Giambi.
many.
They were
So
taking it
many.
orally, right? They were taking it orally because hey, that wasn't illegal at the time. But then the league wanted to say, well, no, we're going to go ahead and say that's illegal now. My problem with the league, now, my personal opinion, Code Red, I'm going to say it flat out. None of those fuckers belong in the hall. None of those fuckers' numbers should count. However, it is the league's fault we are in this position. The league should nod the head and give all the credit to those guys because they did not come out and say, this is illegal. This is not okay in any way, shape, or form. They didn't do that. They fucking made the money off of every fucking attendance ticket, off of every fucking commercial, off of every fucking go around saying, hey, look who look who we got chasing the home run in 98, home run record in 98. Look who we got chasing the home run record in 2001.
Dude, they knew too.
Oh yeah,
Like
fuck yeah, they knew. That's my problem.
no baseball players look like power lifters, training for
Especially Barry Bonds, who went from a fucking base stealer to a fucking 280-pound fucking brick shithouse.
dude, four like
Same with Mark McGuire.
24-inch forearms. It's like,
Right,
oh yeah, they
and
they
that's what
just
I'm
lift
saying.
weights. They lift
The
weights and
league,
eat a
the
lot of
league
steak.
has the league has no one to blame but themselves. So I say let them all in because you fucked it up, not because they took advantage of a system that you fucking poorly created.
Well, no matter what, I mean, they're going to do this investigation, and how diligently they do the investigation on Otani remains to be seen. Because, I mean, dude, he's the face of the MLB. They don't want this bad press. They don't want people thinking the game's dirty and the game's fixed. So they're going to cover this up the best they can. But I'm sure it was with social media, and I mean, loose lips sink ships. There's something's going to come out.
Right.
Something will be leaked. We will know here in the next few months. Maybe even they might even be able to keep it hidden until the end of the year.
And that's
But
what
it
I called
will.
last week. I called last week that at the end of the year we'll hear of any punishments, if at all.
Mm,
I think they're gonna sweep it
yeah.
all under the rug. And in my opinion, like I said, I'm gonna triple down. Ban Otani for fucking life. He's guilty as fuck. Or forgive Pete and let Pete in the hall.
We'll see. We'll see. Let it all pan out,
That-
and if you want, they're gonna sweep it under the rug. I'm with you on that because if that is the case, now allegedly, we'll see. Uh, you know, I hope it doesn't happen because I mean Otani's a fun guy to watch, but if that is the case, the dude needs to at least get suspended for a season or two,
right,
or like you said, let Pete in the hall, and we can squash this up. But
right. No, and that's where I stand, and I'm not gonna budge now.
I like how fired up you are about this,
Dude,
Marcus.
I am, dude. This gets my blood boiling. This gets my blood boiling. Let Pete in the hall, baby. Let's fucking make it happen. Let Pete in the hall, and baseball can finally go to bed peacefully at night. That being said, let's move on. Me and Code Red have a bet. Well, we have a couple of bets, folks.
As
Uh,
usual.
yes, because we're degenerates. Why wouldn't you bet? The loser of this bet has to buy the other a baseball hat of the winner's choice. That bet is
Wait,
who.
specifically a baseball hat, or can it be any hat? Any hat.
Actually, you know what? Let's make it any hat.
So I could have a hat that says "fuck Marcus," right there. No,
Good.
I won't do that. I'm just kidding.
You could, I guess. Yeah, we didn't make any rules on that.
Okay. No custom hats. That
All
was
right,
the
no
rule.
custom
No,
hats.
no customs, but any hat of your choice
Agreed.
within reason.
Within, yeah, yeah, yeah. Let's not
Yeah,
make
of
it a fucking
course.
$150 retro hat, right?
Yeah.
So code red. So our bet is we're gonna pick home run hitters for this season, and who's gonna hit the most home runs. So code red was given the opportunity to draft first in the National League. Code red, go ahead.
Kyle Schwarber.
Ooh, I like it.
I mean, I feel like it's a no-brainer.
I like it. So now I get to pick in the American League since I'm second. I'm gonna pick Julio Rodriguez, the Seattle Mariners. I mean,
Ooh, the youngin,
why not
the
go with the kid?
youngin.
Why not go with the kid? Code
I'm
red. That
going with
goes.
the vets again for the American League, and I'm going with the big man out of New York, Aaron Judge.
Oof. I don't hate that pick, dude. When he does hit, he hits like a fucking G.
Hmm I
I'm
went
gonna
with
go
two very obvious picks.
right. No, I don't hate that at all. Now, I did change my mind. So I was fiddling around with the idea of Reese Hoskins in a new scenery in Milwaukee, and I was like, man, that kid could hit. The kid could hit. Obviously, I don't even think he was in the top 30 for home runs last year. He did have an injury, but I had a feeling, right? I was like, I'm gonna stick with this kid. So I told Code Red, I think I'm gonna go with Hoskins. I got home. I was like, you know what? Going with Ronald Acuna Jr.
2 hours later,
Yeah,
I'm switching. I was like, oh, all right, that's fine.
and
Season hadn't
and
started
and
yet.
folks, these picks were made before opening day, so
Hmm
so let that be known. So the winner of this bet obviously gets a hat of their choice. Now, the next bet, we're going to be picking one hitter per week from Thursday to Thursday or Thursday to Wednesday, if you will. And we're going to play pick the stick. And pick the stick is very simple, folks. Obviously, a single is one, a double is two, a triple is three, a home run is four, and an RBI is how many ever RBIs they get per that game. Strikeout,
one point per RBI. Yeah,
that's what I meant.
yeah, yeah.
Strikeout is -1. An error is -1. A double play is -2. Did I miss anything?
I think that's it.
All right. So now, that being said, we're gonna pick one batter per week, and we said
Oh, stolen base is 1 point.
yes, stolen base is 1 point. I'm glad you brought that up. So that being said, we decided to be homers this week because it's opening day. Let's pick our own homeboys.
Hmm
Code Red, who'd you pick?
Cody Bellinger
Good pick.
signed a contract back on the Cubbies. Had to go with him, and we share a name, so might not be spelled the same, but hey, it sounds exactly the same.
And the
So had to go
first
with
the
my boy Belly.
the first day, I mean, he got a double and an RBI, even though he struck out. So he got 2 points right
Hmm
off the rip. Tatis, I picked Tatis Jr. who had -1 on Thursday. He had a strikeout and double play, if I remember correctly,
And a single.
and a
So, yep.
single.
Yep.
Tonight, folks, Tatis went yak twice, solo home runs. So I'm up 6-2. But hey, the rest of the weekend is to play out, so we'll see what happens.
Bellinger also didn't play today, so we'll
Exactly.
see. We'll see. I'm coming
Exactly.
back.
So the winner of this bet will earn a 12 pack of the winner's choice.
You know what I'm getting.
Oh yeah, you're getting your seltzers.
Yep. High noons, and they're not cheap. They're like $25 for a 12 pack.
I
So.
don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. I don't blame you at all. Now, Red, let's go to the blue collar liability of the week.
My mind's pretty obvious. Okay. I don't know if everyone watched UFC last weekend. I can't remember the last time this happened. I mean, this was one of the only rules in the first UFCs back in '93 was no biting, no biting. And Igor Severino, first fight in the UFC, making his debut, bit Andre Lima in the bicep, well, bicep tricep area. It was kind of lower, like tricep area. Bit him on the tricep when they were in the. He had his back kind of in the clinch on the side of the cage, and you heard Lima talked about it. He's like I just felt he's like I thought somehow I don't know what happened, but I thought somehow like the cage broke and it had like cut my skin or something because I just felt this sharp burning and I like let out like a little like what the hell is that? Come to find out, giant bite mark, huge bite, and you could see where the mouthpiece was. So it wasn't you couldn't get his teeth, but then the bottom area you could just see the teeth marks. And he actually ended up getting a tattoo on it.
Tattoo,
And Dana,
yeah, yeah.
uh,
I'm glad you brought
the
that up.
the bite of the night bonus, the first ever bonus given to a UFC fighter for getting bit.
What did Dana
Um,
call it? That motherfucker bit me or some shit like that.
yeah, dude, something you never see in the UFC. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't. I mean, UFC alone. I'm not saying it doesn't happen in MMA and hasn't happened, but I can't remember a time where it's happened.
Yeah.
I think it was a while back. Mickey Gall and Diego Sanchez. Diego Sanchez had what looked like a bite mark on his chest, but it really wasn't addressed until later. No one noticed it, so that's what it looked like, but it never happens. The guy does not belong in the UFC. Dana said immediately, "This guy's cut." I mean, what a terrible way to make your debut. And then the Igor Severino actually just recently said, "I don't know why I did it. I don't know what was going on. I don't remember doing it." But
Yeah,
I
he made
mean,
up, he made up
you
every
can't.
excuse in the book.
You can't do that, man. You can't do that. That is my liability of the week, dude. You can't bite people.
Dude, I'm
It's not a street
I love
fight.
it.
We're
I
not
love
fighting to
it.
the death. This
I
is a
love it. You
professional
say
professional
it was
organization.
obvious. I love that pick. That I feel like that stuck out amongst a lot of sports takes over the week.
This is the easiest liability or like, I guess bonehead or whatever you want to call it of the week. This is the easiest one I've ever had to choose.
Oh, of
I think I
course.
think I thought of it while I was watching the fight and I was like, "Oh, well, there's my liability. That was fucking easy."
Makes it easy.
Thanks for making it easy for me, Igor.
I'm,
All right, Marcus, who you got
I'm
for
gonna
your
stick on the
liability?
baseball train, and I'm gonna pick the entire Rockies organization.
We're just getting fucking
That's
creamed.
my liability. 14 fucking runs in the third, dog.
First game of
Chuck
the year,
Nasty.
cut him some slack.
No, you have Chuck Nasty on the roster. You're gonna give up 14 fucking runs in the third. Dude, that is awful. The
That
Rockies
was
are awful. They need to
pretty
make up
bad.
for that. That is terrible, dude. It's unforgivable. It's unforgivable. And I hope the Padres trade for Chuck Nasty because he deserves better. Charlie Blackman is one of my favorite outfielders, dude, and he's wasting away his career right there in Colorado.
A lot of people have. I mean, look at Larry Walker, Todd Helton, a
Dude,
lot of
Larry
big
Walker.
sluggers.
I'm so glad you brought up Larry Walker with the. I'll never forget
Uh,
All-Star game with the backwards helmet going up to the
dude, I
bat.
I loved. I played a lot of MLB 2000. It had Sammy Sosa on the cover on
Yeah, 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 yeah.
N64,
I played the
and
same. Yeah.
Yeah, I would, he would be one of the guys I would cycle through on the home run derby, so that
Yeah.
was a good reminder, and whenever I would play them too, he would always fucking hit a bomb on me, and it always pissed me off, so I'll never forget Larry
I'll be
Walker.
honest. I'll be honest. I think it was MLB 2013. No matter what I did, no matter how great of a team I had, I would have primetime Andrew McCutcheon, insert great infielder here, right? Or I mean outfielder here, right? And I would still get Chuck Nasty. I don't give a damn. Chuck Nasty belongs on all of those great rosters. Now, maybe it's me. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's an unpopular opinion, but I will say that Charlie Blackman always has a way to fucking just his batting average is exactly what you want out of him.
Dude's got a smooth swing.
Yeah. And let's not forget the beard, dude. Chuck Nasty, you heard it here first. Please come on Blue Collar Sports Talk.
I
Love to have you.
Hey, at least Colorado has the Nuggets, you know,
And the
'cause the
Avs.
Rockies are.
And the Avs. The Avs are doing
Oh,
good.
the Avs too. Yep, you are right. I always forget about hockey because I don't watch it anymore because my team's so terrible.
Now, Code Red, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna talk about the blue collar workhorse of the week. You didn't hear the stamp, but I promise the stamp was there. The United States men's national team in soccer
Ooh,
winning the
again.
Nations League, winning the Nations League against Mexico 2-0. Tyler Adams from way out getting it done 1-0 in the second half. We have Gio Reyna fucking laying it down with a volley inside the box. Dude, we have not lost to Mexico since 2019. It is fair to say this is no longer a rivalry. They are our bitches. Let's
Mm,
go.
I love it.
Got amped.
USA, USA.
USA. USA. Let's fucking go, Code Red. What do you got?
I got Grant Nelson for Bama,
Oof.
rolling tide.
Oof.
Fucking dude killed it. I mean, I said it earlier in the show. He wasn't playing his best ball in the beginning of the tourney. But he came alive at the end of the game, hit some clutch free throws. He was 6 for 9 from the field, 2 for 2 from beyond the arc, got 12 rebounds, 24 total points. He fucking killed it, dude. He showed up when they needed him. He didn't play his best ball, like I said, the beginning of the tourney, but when they needed him to shine, he shined, and he
But
shined
he didn't
against.
miss. But he didn't miss.
Dude, and he nailed his free throws, which is so huge at the end. A tight game like that, a final score 89-87. He sealed the deal for Alabama, punching their ticket to the Elite Eight. Grant Nelson, congratulations, buddy.
Hey, I like that pick, dude. I like that pick because like you said, Alabama just they weren't missing, right? And he was a huge reason behind that. So great pick.
I'm watching the game. I'm rooting for UNC, and I'm like, this fucking giant white boy, dude, is pissing me off,
It
dude.
done, but he didn't miss. But he didn't miss.
And he had that little freaking stubble mustache, and I'm like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Um,
Good for him. Good for
Code,
him.
Code Red. This is where you expertise. This is why you are on blue collar. Why don't you tell me about UFC Fight Night this weekend, baby? Let's go.
All right. Aaron Blanchfield versus Manon Fior. Main event. Another female main event. I like this one a lot better than Rose and Rebos. Dude, both ladies are on a mean win streak right now. If I could remember what it was, I want to say uh Fior is on like a 11 fight win streak, I believe.
Oof.
Yeah, no, she's on an 11. She has not lost in her she lost her first pro fight in June 16th of 2018.
That might
Has
fuck up my
not
that might
lost.
fuck up my weekend or better, son.
Has not lost since. but Aaron Blanchfield, her nickname Cold Blooded isn't just a fun nickname that came up, dude. She's fucking
He's a
nasty.
murderer.
She is also on a big win streak. 9-fight win streak. Hold on, 3, 4, 5. 9-fight win streak for Aaron Blanchfield. Her only loss was against Tracy Cortez, and this was in Invicta. This wasn't even in the UFC back in 2019. And Tracy
Oof.
Cortez is a beast who's now in the UFC. I believe she's also on a little win streak of her own as well. And I would love to see that rematch with her and Tracy Cortez because they both have developed into such well-rounded mixed martial arts fighters. And I mean, I think Aaron Blanchfield could be the future of the division in flyweight. And I mean, this pretty much just determines who's next for the belt, in my opinion. I would even love to see, like I said, her and Cortez run it back. But Fiora is got the length. She's got the size advantage, but Blanchfield is just fucking scrappy, dude. She choked out Jessica Andrade in the second round. Early last year in 2023. She beat Talia Santos very decisively. She had that Kimura on Molly meatball, which made Molly change divisions. I mean, that was just fucking brutal. That was what in the first 2 minutes of the fight. Uh, yeah. No, I love Aaron Blanchfield and I love Fior, but dude, I got to go with Blanchfield. I'm going with Blanchfield. Um, I don't see
No.
either one getting the
Are
finish.
you? Are
I'm
you?
going I'm going decision Blanchfield.
Dude.
Is
Pick
that what you
Blanchfield.
got?
I'll pick Blanchfield. But hold on. I'll get into that later because that's my weekender bet. So, dude, I'm excited, dude. I'm excited. I'm excited. Please continue on with the card though, because dude, I thought I was way off for a minute. I thought I was way off.
I mean, dude, this is gonna be a dog fight, dude. This is gonna be a good. I mean, expect something
It's gonna be a
completely
Michael
different than.
Vick.
Honestly, I hope not that bad. I hope no one gets drowned. I hope
Yeah.
no one
Or
suffocates.
thrown in prison.
But also got a great co-main Vicente Luque versus Joaquin Buckley, dude.
I
And
like
I
that.
mean, if you see the money line on this fight, it's damn near even. I think Luque has the slight edge, but I wouldn't even call him a favorite. This is a pick 'em fight. Um,
Joaquin
but
Buckley. Joaquin Buckley. I actually won money on. I forget which card now, but
dude,
I,
I love both fighters. I love Joaquin Buckley. I love
I did stay away from that fight.
That's definitely a fight you should stay away from. I will say I don't think I did because I'm a risk taker. So, but I got this is who I got. Now, Joaquin's got the power advantage. Luque, in my opinion, has the experience and he has the grappling advantage. And we've seen Joaquin struggle a little bit when he's on his back. If Luque can get him on his back early in the early rounds, he can control the pace of the fight. Now it's gonna come down to that first round in my opinion, the way I'm looking at their skills, because Joaquin Buckley is a fast starter. He likes to get in the pot, stay in the pocket, throw some mean punches, and we've seen him. He doesn't slow down. He had in the past, but he tends to get a second win sometimes, where it almost looks like that he's given up. He's ready to kind of just coast to the belt, and then he'll just start swinging like a wild animal again. So I'm worried about him catching Luque. Now, a lot of things could happen, dude. They're both. I mean, I think we're going against grappling and striking here. So if Luque can make this a dirty fight, get him in the clinch, get him on the cage, pull him to the ground, just like he did against RDA in his last fight, control the fight, and that's the game plan for Luque. I'm sure that's his game plan too. Is he doesn't want to stand and trade with Joaquin Buckley. If he starts standing and trading with Joaquin Buckley, it can get real squirrely real fast. But I'm
And
gonna go with
Joaquin is not afraid to fucking strike. He's not
no,
afraid to
no,
lay it down.
no, not at all. And I think Luque's team knows that. Um,
What else you got on that card?
so I got Luque by decision. I'm gonna go
Love that.
Luque by decision. Either decision or submission. If you want to hedge it with a submission or a Joaquin Buckley knockout. I but Luque's tough, man. Jeff Neal did KO him. But who knows? Now a fight that is going to be interesting, but I don't know how well Weidman has recovered from his injuries, because look, obviously we saw him snap his leg. Um, what was that, 3, 4 years ago? Gruesome injury, the same injury that uh, uh, Anderson Silva had when they rematched, snapping his leg right at the bottom on that low kick, and his leg just curled around
Yeah,
on his
just
shin,
flopped, just flopped.
shin, shin to shin. Oddly enough, the universe is crazy, and it happened. It happened to Chris Weidman against Uriah Hall back in 2021, and then he came back from a gruesome injury 2.5 years later. Fought Brad Tavares late last year in August, and he just looked slow, man. And Tavares knew his legs were beat up, and he chopped at his legs, and he hurt his other leg. Um, I think they thought he something with his ligaments in his knee, and so we're gonna find out real early in that fight against Bruno Silva tomorrow. Chris Weidman, will his legs and knees be able to handle what Bruno Silva has? Now, Bruno Silva does struggle with grappling, and Chris Weidman is a fantastic wrestler. So his game
Right.
plan, I really hope, is not going to be to
Yeah,
trade too
but
long.
I feel like Bruno Silva has not only just the grappling, but Bruno Silva I feel like is going to be more aggressive in all standpoints of the fight: the striking, shooting,
Well,
uh, grappling.
Bruno doesn't want to go to the ground with Weidman. He
But
wants it standing. He wants
but
to hurt that leg,
here's
those
why.
legs.
Well, agreed. No, I completely agree. But here's why I'm saying he's not going to be afraid to shoot and go on the ground is because Weidman's injury. I really think that I think that's now, mind you, I stayed away from the I stayed away from this fight as well on my bets, but I think that Silva has the advantage not only because of the injury, but because that Silva, he's what 23 and 10 or something like that, 23 and 9,
Yep.
23 and 8.
23-10. Yep. He's on a two fight skid, got choked out by Brendan Allen, who Brendan Allen's been on a tear, and
Right.
then lost a decision to a Magomedov.
And this is going to be a perfect bounce back fight for him in the sense of he's got everything going for him, where Weidman has everything to prove.
I mean, honestly, I think they both have stuff to prove, because I mean, a two fight skid in the UFC
It's
is
huge. It's huge.
it's this is all it's going to come down to is how well has Chris Weidman recovered? What's
Right.
his game plan? If he gets him down early, it could be a long night for Bruno Silva. But then again,
I don't think that's going to happen. I think everything's in the favor of Silva. I really do. I
oh,
think that.
I have Silva money line,
Yeah. No, I like that. I like that.
it's still kind of it's risky, man, because who you don't know what Chris Weidman's gonna what he's coming
Yeah.
out, dude. How
Agreed.
healthy
With
he
his
is,
old ass.
how
Yeah.
those knees are feeling, how the legs are feeling.
What
Um,
about? Is there any other fights you want to talk about?
There's definitely some other good fights. Who was it? I'm not gonna be able. Dude, I'm terrible at pronouncing these names. There's a UFC Dana White Contender Series alum, Cedriques Dumas versus
Yeah. I'm glad you brought
Nursultan
that up.
Rozabev. Dude, that's gonna be that is probably gonna be the
I'm
banger of the
taking
night.
Ruzabev. I'm taking Ruzabev. Just because I'm taking Ruzabev just because of the amount of fights. I'm
Dude,
taking experience.
his record is fucking insane. You got 11 KOs, 20 submissions, and 2 decisions. 31 of his wins have come by stoppage, and
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is insane.
You got a nine and
But
one Dumas. You got a 9-1 Dumas.
he's hungry.
wa-
He's young. He's hungry.
I wanted to take the American, but I'm not. I'm not going to take it.
I mean, so many times, um, the young guy will take out the
It is a
old
young
cow.
a. It is a young man's sport. It is.
I'm not touching that one. I want to watch that one and not be stressed out about who's winning.
I like it. Anything else?
That's it for me on that card. I mean, there's some other good fights. A lot of these lesser known fighters, a lot of times it's going to be a great card because people are trying to prove themselves. So hopefully, no more biting.
Then it is time for the Weekender Bender. Son, let's fucking have it. Let me see what you're gonna bet or who you're gonna bet. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna bet like degenerates. Let's make it happen.
So my degenerate bets total out to $10. I have two $5 parlays separate. One is on March Madness tomorrow. And this is pretty much just I'm hoping for the madness. I'm throwing away $5. You have a better chance of just burning it and watching it burn and enjoying a fire for a little bit. I got Illinois over UConn at plus 315, and then I got Clemson over Alabama at plus 126. $5 pays out $46.
Hey, I like it.
And then I forgot to say this was my lock. Bill Algeo over Kyle Nelson at minus 245.
No, it's not. No, it's not. That was my lock.
Oh, well, there you go.
My long shot is Blanchfield.
I wouldn't even call that that's not a long shot. She's the slight fave.
Yeah, but I call it a long shot based on what we know about the fighters.
It should be a pickup. She should be that favorited.
Yeah.
But so I had this parlayed Algeo, Bruno Silva over Chris Weidman, which I probably should have stayed away from. Whatever. Fuck it. Vicente Luque over Joaquin Buckley, which is going to be really close. You should probably stay away from that too. And then I got Aaron Blanchfield. And I mean, honestly, looking at this, the fact that my parlay is only plus 473 is actually making me kind of upset that I even put this $5 in. You might as well burn another $5 bill. $5 is only going to pay out $28.
So I will say this. So for my weekender better, I got UConn over Illinois. UConn is a minus 425. Tottenham over Luton. Got to get in some soccer in there, right? Tottenham's a minus 500. The Padres over the Giants at a minus 135, and the Red Wings over the Panthers at a minus 130. So $10, and that's the Mark Saxon favorites. That $10 will win 35.65.
You just won't let those Red Wings go, will you?
Nope, sure won't. Sure won't. With my lock, Algeo, minus 250, Ruzabev at minus 25, and my long shot, cold-blooded Blanchfield at minus 175. I got plus 217 odds, $10, $33.95. Now my other odds,
nice and safe.
Yeah, you know what I mean. My other odds are plus 365 altogether. So
some nice safe bets there for you, Marcus. I like it.
I'm gonna hit Laughlin tomorrow. Right, I'm traveling to Laughlin tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the roulette table. Code Red. What number? What color you got? I'll put it on. I'll put it on, dude.
Okay? You'll put it on for me. So you want me to pick an actual number?
I'll take a picture and I'll send it to you.
Okay. Hold on. Let's see. Honestly, dude, I don't even know the numbers. So hold on. Let me just give it a little piece.
It's 1 through 99.
Okay. It's not 1 through 99. It goes up. Okay. We're gonna go. All right. Hold on. I'm just gonna put my finger on one. Red 5.
Got you on Red 5.
Oh, which is actually Luke's call out sign on Star Wars: A New Hope. Red 5 standing by. So let's fucking do it.
I got you on Red 5, dude, dog.
Throw 5 on Red 5.
Got you.
Folks, you better send a picture to me.
Oh, I will. No, I will. I'll bet on that, dude. You got my word.
All right, let's go.
Folks, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for listening to us degenerates tell you about our opinion. Blue Collar Sports Talk. We're on every platform, brought to you by 5280 Sports. So look us up, follow us, like, subscribe. Appreciate you guys' time. And Code Red, I appreciate your time, sir.
You too, sir. That was a lot of fun.
Absolutely. And
as always, cheers.
Well, hold on. Before we cheers, I want to say this. Good luck to you on the home run and the pick the stick bet, sir.